The Trump administration continues to back Secretary of War Pete Hegseth's decision to target alleged narco-terrorists in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. Let's go to Emma Withrow from the fact-check team. These boat strikes have been highly publicized, but I'm curious what we actually know about these boats.
So we know that they're mostly these kind of small, they call them go-fast fishing style boats, and they're usually carrying up to a ton or two of cocaine at a time. The U.S. strikes this year have hit at least 22 boats, killing 82 people on them. The Washington Post reported, along with some other outlets, that some local officials actually identified many of these people as low-level fishermen, not high-ranking cartel operatives, but this hasn't been confirmed by anyone in our government. On our end, the president and Pete Hegseth have said that these people are narco-terrorists who are tied to some large-scale cartels.
If only a small share even moves through Venezuela, where are these boats actually going?
So this is kind of a common misconception, I think, for just seeing how these strikes have played out. So according to UNODC, also some DEA reporting, and a report from the Center for Strategic Studies, these boats mostly run from Colombia and Venezuela into Trinidad and Tobago, the Dominican Republic, and also Puerto Rico, which is a common kind of backdoor entry into the U.S. So what's important here is that this is a multi-stop supply chain, and the boats that were hit by these U.S. strikes are usually not heading straight for Florida. They go through all these different routes and eventually end up here.
Indirectly, right. Emma, thank you so much.
Thanks.
And a little later on, Emma will be back to dig into the strategy of taking down low-level traffickers rather than high-ranking cartel officials. Despite public pushback and legal concerns, the Trump administration is pushing forward on their targeted boat strikes of alleged narco-terrorists in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. So far, they've hit 22 boats and killed around 82 people. Let's go to Emma Withrow from the Fact Check team with more on who exactly are these narco-terrorists. Do we know? Do we have any specifics on the organizations they were potentially involved with? Are they, playing important roles within? What can you tell us?
Yeah, so from my understanding, and at least what the Trump administration has said, is that the majority of these people on the boats are members of groups like the Venezuelan cartel Tren de Aragua and the Colombian Marxist group National Liberation Army. But it's still kind of unclear if the people on these boats were like high-ranking cartel members or just low-level smugglers being used by the cartels. However, these boat strikes are really just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, the Trump administration has been highly critical of Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, leading actually to a State Department designation of Maduro as the leader of a foreign FTO, the Cartel de los Soles. So there's a large scope of actions being taken to target the drug smuggling.
And that is an important development when you look big picture at what's going on.
Yeah.
What does it cost the U.S. to fire one of these missiles at a boat? Do we know?
So I dug into this, and from what I found, the most likely munition that was used in these strikes was a Hellfire air-to-surface missile. That's according to experts who spoke with CNN. And according to Defense Post, the price of a Hellfire sits at about 100 grand to 150 grand per missile. So each shot is roughly a six-figure weapon, which is astronomical.
All right, yep, very true. Emma, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for more on this Fact Check team topic, including links to Emma's sources, scan the QR code or visit thenationaldesk.com.